Hello there. My name is Anthony Wright, and this is a video I'm creating for parents and students this semester right now to introduce myself as your new teacher. And I want to go ahead as your new teacher to go ahead and let parents and students know that there are going to be some changes that we're going to implement. So I felt that the video concept would be a good way to communicate with parents, and at that point to go ahead and communicate some new ideas that I want to bring in the semester, and hopefully you will definitely agree with it, and hopefully, it'll be beneficial to the students. Um, Currently, right now, I am in my master's program over at Concordia University, and we're taking this semester right now. I'm in a course right now on educational theories and educational theory. So, as part of the book I've been reading right now, which is funny, called How We Learn, um, by it's the surprising truth about when, where, and why, and how learning happens, and it's by an author named Mr. Benedict Carey. Now, um, there are a lot of particulars that Mr. Carey goes over in his book about the brain and memory and critical thinking and problem solving, which again is beneficial to students, at that point. And I want to go ahead and add some of those concepts I've saw in the book this semester. And understanding while learning is ever changing and ongoing, I really think that these ideas will make a pretty good difference in the lives of the students and also the lives of you parents being able to be involved in within that process. And hopefully that the level of education work that you see from parents, from the students, or from your children right now will reflect these changes that we're going to put in place. Now, the first change is to acknowledge to that teaching one concept after one concept after one concept after one concept sometimes has an adverse effect. Um, that even after lesson plan and giving notes and activities, uh, sometimes students do not digest information. So, what I want to implement is an idea called distributed learning. Okay. Now, according to the text of Mr. Carey's book, distributed learning is uh, grounded in the assumption that long term memory will be improved when we give students more time between the acquisition and retrieval of information, and that it would benefit students to use spaced learning, okay, spaced learning, to allow students a break in time to ingest the learning instructions to be more effective. In a nutshell, rather than going ahead and giving a new concept every day and every day and every day, what we want to do is give maybe a day, or maybe like 2 or 3 days between each different new assignment, that the student has time to make sure that they learn what they saw. And at that point, it's not giving on top of everything. It has more time to sink in and hopefully more time to go into the long term memory. Okay. Now, and again, that's called distributed learning. Now, the next change I want to do is uh, help students understand and create effective study habits. Now, once a week, I'm going to give a half an hour class or a 15-minute class to students, to go ahead and show them some different tools uh, that show successful study habits, or things that people who are successful do that, create, success. Success breeds success. Okay. Um, so by making students understand one thing, though, when it comes to studying, because studying is a hard thing. Like, you should always have a quiet place. It should be, have good music, and when you say, should be also a consistent basis. But back to the point that when we study a concept, and one of the particulars, and this is a thing I'm going to teach in my first class, is that um, forgetfulness. A lot of times, if we study something and we tend to forget it, people tend to say, "Oh, you that absent-minded? You just can't remember what you just learned." And believe it or not, that's a normal process. Um, to understand that when learning new ideas, part of the brain's filtering process is that ideas are pushed down, pushed away, and at that point allowed to build. So think of the process as like building a muscle and trying to get muscle memory. That once we go ahead and build these new ideas, it takes time for it to build within the memory. So you will recall the idea. It just takes time to do it. But forgetting is a friend of learning. So forgetting is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It means you're actually working your muscle out. Okay. The last change I want to implement is in classroom when it has to do with music. A lot of times students want to hear, certain types of music like hip hop and um, urban type of features. Unfortunately, what I want to implement is that there will be music played in my class, and it will either be a choice of jazz or classical music, looking at Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, Duke Ellington. And I think that it's been proven that classical and jazz music better motivates the brain and better motivates students to think in a logical manner. No offense to hip hop. I grew up in hip hop generation. I love hip hop, but it's proven that classical and jazz are better for learning environments. Okay. Um, I really hope that you get a chance to listen to my concepts and hope they're going to be effective. Um, in reference to the book, if you want to have any information, it's got a book written by, again, Mr. Benedict Carey. And again, the name of the book is How We Learn the Surprising Truth About When, Where, Why It Happens, again, by Benedict Carey. And looking at some other stuff we quoted a couple other pieces in here, but this is mostly my ideas. Hope you like it. Any information, please give me a call back. You have a great day.